And black shorts and socks. Here's kickoff on our show that Ott is not the tallest player, but he got a really good header against Aguilas Yumac FC. Here's Raven, cut back to Ott, and it's... well, there's a flag up, so this is not going to count. Oh, here's the replay. Can't really tell from that angle, but it might have been Ray actually.
Mike Ott.
Yamazaki goes in towards Ott. He's there again! 1-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo. And Ott made that look so easy. Chesting down that pass from Yamazaki. And he slots it into the far corner with his weaker foot.
And Mike
finds Martini Ray. Here's Raven. Early cross. Blocked. Sent in. It's a very high one. Met by Muenz. It's a mess. And from that mess, Martini Ray takes advantage and makes it 2-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo. Mendiola just couldn't clear their lines in that play. And just 18 minutes in, they're down 2-0.
Martini Ray gets himself on the score.
Ball straight to Doctora. No offside flag. Or the offside flag did come. Here's the replay. Doctora was already offside in this case. Cortez, who is much taller than him, going to be coming on after all of that. Here's Raven. Oh, good play. Raven with the cross. It's going to be met by Angeles, and that's 3-0. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola down to 10 for the time being. And Kaya take advantage of it with a header from Angeles. Good work from the defender in Raven to manufacture that cross.
Raven.
Ball is sent in. It's met by Yamazaki. And it's picked up by Raven, and they'll start a counter-attack. Here's Ott. Basindanan. Man over. It's Ott through on goal. Can he get his second off the match? Cuts inside and gets his second goal. Brilliant from Ott. Look how easy he makes it look. Drops a defender with a fake shot and finds the far corner. Absolutely no chance for Etheridge in that play. And just like that, it's 4-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo.
Kaya FC on that quick transition.
Here is Ott. Combining with Bugas. Crossing opportunity. There's Ray in the box. Bugas cuts inside. Delays the cross. Good footwork. Cross is sent in, and it's going to be met by Basindanan. And it curled from out to in. And it's 5-0 in the first half. What a volley.
Basindanan, just a few minutes, 2 minutes ago rather, gave that assist to Mike Ott and eventually gets one for himself. Attack, the movement and the interchange of players has been really good.
Oh, this might be the first yellow card of the game.
Matchup.
This might be another goal. Here's Martini Ray through on goal. This time it's saved by Etheridge. The chance still on here. Bugas with the cross. Etheridge with the punch, and this time Mendiola escaped. Here's Muenz though. Shot is over.
Playing career from collegiate football, eventually playing for club football as well.
Oh, Magnus Toffner might be in here. Oh, good defending from Fofana, and he might have hurt himself from that.
PM Umayloro sa weekend. And we dissect, break down, and talk more about the games, the players, and all aspects of the PFL.
Chance maybe for Anok. Oh, and he skied it. Back to Ray. Good play from Kaya. Thoffner down the wing. Early cross. It's going to be met by... looks like handball, but Basindanan takes a shot. And just like that, 5 minutes into the second half, it's 6-0. Another for Sherwin Basindanan. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola unable to defend that cross from Thoffner. And yeah, it's 6-0.
Kaya FC Iloilo just picking up where they left off from the first half.
Bouncing around, picked up by Muenz. Is this another counter-attacking opportunity? They scored from one in the first half. Bedic is through. In behind, no offside because he was in his own half. It's going to be picked up by Basindanan. Hat-trick for Basindanan. Another counter-attack. They scored a similar one in the first half. Clinical as ever from Kaya FC Iloilo, and it's now 7-0.
You just have to love that confidence coming in from Basindanan. Again, Kaya FC Iloilo in this matchup. It was Mendiola who had the corner.
Oh, Bedik's through on goal. The shot might turn into a pass. Bugas. Here's Fayol. Looking for the switch. It finds Ano. He has a player outside of him. Ano goes for the strike instead. Free kick. Out swinger. It's met by a Mendiola head. It goes over. I think there was a deflection in that play, so it's going to be a corner kick. Corner, or set piece rather. It's met by Ano.
Couldn't get there in time. He now goes for that corner delivery.
Bata with the punch. Ano will pick it up, but it's nicked by Thoffner. Will Kaya start another counter-attack? Oh, this is a lot of extracurricular activities. Not what we want to see. Referee having to calm down both sides. Oh, it's a red card, direct red card. 2. It's 10 versus 10, like last night's match between Manchester United and Chelsea. Well, lightning strikes twice in the same weekend. Well, I've not seen that for a very long time. We're in the same play. There's 2 direct red cards. And it's 2. What happened here? Okay, well, clearly had a lot of exchange of words. Referee not having any of it. So Mick John Pineda gives both a red card. He had no thoughts about it. It was just red card now. So he stops the attack for now. Ray gives it to Lucas Del Rosario. Has acres of space to run into. Del Rosario. Still Del Rosario. Del Rosario hits the side netting. Dick is in acres of space. Melissa, fresh from the bench, has legs to run into. Muenz. Lucas Del Rosario through on goal. Will he go for a pass? It's Muenz. Oh, and it goes wide. Fortunately, just slowing down the attack. The coach of Mendiola putting his hand on his head. Offside there for Fayol. For Kaya. But again, they're in no rush given the scoreline. Still Angeles. Lucas Del Rosario to Bedic. Shoots! There you have it, 8-0. And Joven Bedic, after trying multiple times, finally gets his goal off the bench.
Kaya FC Iloilo. Doesn't matter if they're 11 on the pitch or 10.
There you have it, full-time whistle from the referee.
You also lost a defender for your next 2 matches. Despite that valiant effort from Kaya FC Iloilo.
Gusto ko lang mag-contribute sa team. Gusto ko rin na i-prove na maging part ako ng rotation ng team. Shout out sa fans ng Kaya Football Club Iloilo. Palagi lang mag-support sa kahit sa live or dito sa Rizal.
We thought we saw it all already in the first. Final huddles here as we are taking it again to
just in case they want to have that firepower in
an upset because again, and more technical players. We'll find out.
well, it looks like they
Sent in with his right foot. Header! Player si Dini Watara, makakagol yung mga kakampi niya. Faster and first to reach the ball. Let's find out. This one was headed. OJ Clarino, veteran already of the game as we know. Nishoka whips it back in. I thought that was goal bound for a moment with the Maharlika defense. But it's a test because you are facing this Digger squad. The best offense and defense last season. Shot taken, took a deflection. Headed attack or dragon of the Gentle Giants. To reset though because of the pressure. And Barley got to thread the needle. The cross. Keeping it in, cutting it back. Mike has some super save. It's still on here though. Here's the shot again. Aso! But they buried it here. 1-0 for Digger. It looks like it's Chima amidst the chaos.
And that's what you love to see with Uzoka. He finds that calm in the chaos, finds that little pathway for that ball, and just tips it in expertly. No missing that.
We never felt he lost it. Got injured, but back after some time. And Chima back like he never left. On the left with Toure, taking from distance. Henry, it's loose.
Vince, look at that nicely placed ball. But then again, Balobo was first to it and had to shield it.
Sea-Dog Schaffner flicked it. Kenji Nishoka. Usman guy was calling for a diagonal ball.
Interesting to see if there's something more.
This one bouncing dangerously. The effort there though, Juan Batafe must stop
That ball, but you have that pressure behind you and in front of you saying that I have to take this now.
It's Coach Kim. They go for the near post. Somehow they go for the opposite. We've said again, the best offense last time. They take it over. But Henry Balobo is there. And shots on target. Nishoka once more. Back into the danger area. McLeod gets it. They hit it wide. They shoot.
The more frustrated they get.
There you go now. Close. And it's confirmed here. The equalizer. And if you are Digger, teka, home run mo na daw yan. And it is for Babukar Torre. And if you were Digger, you could say it's about time because they were on the attack pretty much for most of the game.
Well, it really was a very chance ball. You could see there that header was meant to come in, but it was blocked by two bodies. It had to take another kick coming from Toure to really cement that in. Panigo.
That was for the call a while ago.
Pause that we're taking, especially if we're considering expanding further as well. And right now, 11 teams, so
Whipped in. Very dangerous.
not over yet.
There you go, just like that. You call that a team goal nonetheless from the superheroes of Manila Digger.
Well, that certainly was a well-earned goal there. Everybody wanted to get that ball into the back of the net. Heads flying. You could see everybody trying to grab that ball.
After all, you look at the top scorers, the top playmakers from last season, most of them Manila Digger players. Here's a look. I'm sure we can identify the goal scorer dito sa quad cam natin.
Good delivery in. Konting kaguluhan pa. Header from, I think that was Guy Usman.
Let's hold on.
No.
It's number 15, yes. That's Usman Guy, you're right. Again, to the second 45. Trying to win a foul. Kambum Sok. Yoraza wanted to take it. That was tough. Kang Yong Suk on the other hand. Fami will try to keep it on the left. Movement here in the midfield. Dylan Wambatafem. Is he trying to go for a goal? If they emerge or if they finish in the top two, they will make it to the knockout stages. Here comes Fami!
Bigyan siya ng konting espasyo dyan. Inakat ng konti ng defender yung pa niya, but
long ball came off of Chima. Paving way to this. Kang Yong Suk.
glimmer of hope coming from Maharlika.
It's up to them now to execute. Cho.
Ooh,
Too much dribbling here, is it?
almost.
Is that too much dribbling? Or was that the right move? And drew first blood. Sea-Dog there getting caught out. He's with Cho. They've been having quite a battle. A foot race between Jarvis and Chima.
Oh,
There's the fall. Fourth official, also an extra set of eyes here. As it's played by Park Yun-Soo.
First half, they really were caught sleeping when they conceded those two goals. But right now,
Mike Menzi with the push. And is given a yellow.
they really want to test the referee. Ooh, that was a drop by Asyong.
To upset Stallion Laguna when you talk about the flow of the game.
Well, this flow of the game here, there could be a room for some miracle here.
There could be a red for a potential denial. Raymar de los Santos with a red here. Is it going to be against Asong? Seems like the case. They're doing everything to hold on to his arm.
Well, Juve is...
You cannot do that. That is quite unsporting, we will see.
And he has to be careful. The referee could brandish it on him too, Juve.
And we do see Omar NG is warming up to get ready just in case. Henry Balobo in the opposite goalkeeper box.
Have you ever seen one of the...
Oh, there's the red shown to Mike Asong. That has gotta hurt here. There was the foul.
Oh, it was a definite shirt pull right there. Well, that is gonna hurt.
You will not see the next game. The shift now, given the circumstances. Watanabe, Yuga, and Troy Limbo. Taking it. Henry Balobo, I think he would get his opportunities here and there. He did score his inaugural PFL goal already, though. That was while with the Gentle Giants.
Ooh!
Open goal, though!
No.
Game, set, match! There you go. What we mentioned earlier. And now it's Usman Guy with the goal. We were thinking earlier, right, and trying to confirm if it was Modu Juf who scored one of the goals earlier. Or if it's Modu Juf or Usman Guy. Well, rightfully now, Usman Guy gets one for himself.
Well, we have been denying him his goal from the get.
For Manila Digger, there'll be a +8. Shot taken low off of Sea Dog.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Rizal Memorial Stadium for more football actions as we kick off this triple header. My name is Vinny Vinculado, and joining me for commentary with expert analysis is Diego Cordero. It is match number 109, and we've got an exciting game coming your way. It is Valenzuela PB Mendiola against Kaya FC Iloilo. And a bit of a weather check here, Diego. Actually, while we were coming here into the stadium, sobrang init. You could definitely feel it. Summer's definitely here. But syempre, our players are ready for that. But with that said, speaking of heat, umiinit din yung mga laban, Diego. We're almost approaching the final stretch of the season, and you can really feel the pressure building. And we do have our season standing here. So is it okay, Diego, if you could run through where each team is at the moment?
Yeah, you can really see the different areas of the table, the different races that are starting to form. Obviously, you have that championship race that everyone's keeping an eye on. And then you also have the top 6 race, which could actually be decided today. Then you have different stories to follow as well in the bottom of the table, teams that want to get a better version of themselves towards the end of the season. So second round is closing. For some of the teams playing today, actually, it's their last game in the second round. And everyone wants to end the second round on a high note so that you enter that third round in a better position and on better form as well.
With that, you do have Kaya FC Iloilo at 4th right now with 38 points. Sa kabilang side naman niya, Valenzuela PB Mendiola still struggling at the bottom at 10th with 4 points. So with that said, Diego, it's interesting talaga that these teams are chasing something but at very different levels.
Yeah, that's right. And both of these teams actually lost their most recent match, so it's bounce back day for both of these teams. And yeah, it's a chance for Kaya in particular. It's their last game before the third round, but for Mendiola as well, they really want to get more points on their board because, again, I don't think they'd want to end their season on only 4 points. They have had better performances in their last couple of games, but today is a chance for them to actually get points on the board other than just having good performances. Because while those are positives, they need to get more point tallies, especially because the teams above them are starting also to build some distance with them.
With that said, Diego, actually, the past couple of games Valenzuela they've been playing against big teams such as Juan Taguig, Stallion Laguna, for example. They had a 3-1 loss. Pero, I mean, if you compare that from the previous season, it's slowly getting better for them. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, in the first round and even at times in the second round of this PFL season, there would be many games where Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, they just fade away from their opponents, especially against those big opponents. But we've seen in the last couple of matches of this team that they actually have given those bigger teams a harder challenge. Again, they kept it 1-0 against Taguig, and the goal was a penalty towards the dying moments of the game. And against Stallion, they kept it at 3-1. They could have equalized at one point of that match. So they have shown an improvement in performances. Today's a chance to do that once again against Kaya and maybe do even better by taking maybe a single point, or even, it's a wounded Kaya side at the moment. So maybe there's a chance here for Mendiola to do something unthinkable.
Definitely with Jake Guanco's formation 1-4-5-1 and the players that he has, we'll definitely see if they have what it takes to play against a big team like Kaya. So now we do have a player to watch here, Diego, and it is Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC's keeper. So would you like to share about your upcoming expectations for Kevin Mutagyan?
Yeah, one of those signings from the recent transfer window. Again, he is, as far as we're aware, he is on loan from Taguig, the team currently at the top of the table. And he's also an international for his own country. So he has, I believe, a cap for Afghanistan. And I'm not sure if he was involved, but he was called up in the most recent FIFA window, rather, with Afghanistan. So he's an international player on the pitch right now. If Mendiola are to get anything from this match and from any of their future games in this season, you'd imagine that Mutagyan will play a big role, especially keeping things tight at the back, especially against bigger teams where you might concede a lot of chances. You need your goalkeeper to be on it, and they need him to be on it if they're going to get anything this afternoon.
I did see him play in the previous match, and Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, they were bombarded with waves of attacks, but Kevin Mutagyan was there to keep his team alive and pumping. So with that, we'll throw it over to the interview.
Hello, I'm Jason Soberano from Mendiola Football Club. So what to expect to this game is it's last two games of our match. So expect we go harder and harder to get the 3 points. Yeah, that's all.
So there you have it. Words from Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They'll do their best against a big team like Kaya FC. Now, let's shift to Kaya FC. They are the defending champions, but honestly, it hasn't been the smoothest run for them lately in terms of the league table and recent performance. So they haven't quite they're not in their usual standards, Diego. So do you think they'll be playing really extra hard today coming into this match?
Yeah, well, in their last 5 matches, they've only won once, and that's not the type of form that you'd associate with a team like Kaya FC Iloilo. Again, 3-time defending champions, but in this season they've already lost 5 times, which is already more than the times they lost in those championship winning campaigns. It's not been an ideal 2026 for them. It's not been a very kind match list for them as well, so they haven't had much luck, especially against their fellow rivals. And again, they're coming off a 2-1 loss to Aguilas, and they're actually playing their last game in the second round today. So it's a chance for them to end it on a high note, because it hasn't been that much of a high note in general in this second round for Kaya. They'll definitely want to enter the third round at least, with a good mood, with some good form, and with some momentum.
With that said, Diego, we do have head coach Yu Hoshida's first 11. We do have a couple of usual suspects. Patrick Data between the sticks. The pairing of the center backs, you have Pasi Malumanzoko and Odi Menzi. And a couple of changes. Actually, we do have the introduction here of Paulo Bugas, Eric Eso, of course, Janjan Melisan, Joven Bedic. So a lot of changes coming from the last match, Diego.
Yeah, a lot of rotations as well, but again, you still see the quality that is in the lineup at the moment for Kaya FC Iloilo. Still so much talent, still so much quality, and more than enough firepower for Kaya to get all 3 points this afternoon. And again, they have so much firepower that you could really pick a good number of them to be the player to watch. But again, I think you know, a lot of them are valid options for that, but the one we've gone with is Paulo Bugas. And I think we want to highlight him especially because it's first game back from injury, so he got injured previously in the second round. But if Kaya are going to have a better round 3 compared to their round 2, I also think that Paulo Bugas will have a huge part to play in any good form that Kaya have because he is a very talented player as well, adds a lot to this Kaya team.
Definitely Paulo Bugas, a player to watch, and they'll need all the firepower Kaya can get if they want to get the 3 points today. So that will throw it over to the head coach interview for Kaya FC.
Actually, we are not able to win last game, so we have to bounce back today. So start really strong. That I expected.
And there you have it, Kaya FC. Gusto nilang bumawi from their previous match. Again, if we do a quick recap, si Kaya, they lost 2-1. Were you able to watch that game, Diego?
And again, it was a very, again, that's a testament also to Kaya's sky-high standards that, you know, they lose 2-1 to a direct rival, but it doesn't feel like it's a result that should happen, especially if you're from the Kaya perspective. Incredible that their standards are so high, and this season, they've not really met it, and that's why a lot of fans are saying it's been a really weird season for Kaya.
Definitely, they had plenty of chances, but parang kinulang talaga sila eh. But now they're, you know, they went back into the training ground, got their energy back, and they're looking forward, no, to win this 3 points. So with that, we'll just have to wait muna before we start the match for the pre-match ceremonies.
welcome the teams of Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC and Kaya FC Iloilo.
And we are back here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium to start this triple header. It is Valenzuela PB Mendiola against Kaya FC Iloilo. Here on your screens are the first 11 for head coach Jake Guanco. And we are just about to start. We do have here our match officials for today. Main referee Samuel Mendoza, assistant referees Romario De La Cruz, Aldous Mirafuentes II, fourth official Meliton Pelayo, referee assessor Ravelo Saluria, and match commissioner Jean Abela. And you have it here, the men in their black and yellow jerseys, Kaya FC, Again, gusto nilang bumawi from their previous loss. You have here, Diego, the first 11 of Kaya FC. And again, a very strong first 11. You have the addition of Paulo Bugas, Jovin Bedic, of course, Janjan Milisan. And just a strong side for a team against Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Yeah, very strong team from Kaya. But again, Mendiola have improved in their last two outings against big teams, against Talion and against Montague. So there's something in this for Valenzuela PB Mendiola if they're able to emulate those previous performances. For Kaya, it's about playing their usual game, playing the game they know they can play, which they haven't played much of in the second round. But what's undeniable about Kaya is that they do have an abundance of quality in their ranks, and I'm going to be very interested to see how this match starts also, because you might have a little bit of nerves from both teams, because you want to win this match really bad if you're both teams as well, to end round 2 on a high note, or to end, the second round so that you can enter the third round on a high note.
And just to add, Diego, their last matchup, both Valenzuela and Kaya, it was Kaya who dominated. It was 8-0. And if I remember this correctly, you were the one who commentated that match, but that was a long time ago. But before that, we'll have a moment of silence first before we start with the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to please rise. Before we begin today's match, we take a moment to honor and remember the life of Emmanuel Eso, who has recently passed. Football is more than just a game. It is a community, a family. Today we stand united in respect, gratitude, and remembrance. We invite you all to observe a moment of silence.
And there you have it, the moment of silence. But coming back, Diego, as I was just mentioning earlier, both teams, si Kaya and Valenzuela, they met up last year, and it was an 8-0 defeat. Pero that was an entirely different squad now. Valenzuela, obviously, coming to the season, they added new players, a lot of quality players. So definitely a different matchup from last year, Diego.
Yeah, both of these teams have changed so much since that 8-0 rout from Kai. You even look at the fact that in that match, they actually had 2 red cards, one for each team, and the 2 players that those red cards went to aren't with their teams anymore. But it's a testament also to how much has changed over one season. Mendiola will be hoping that that type of result doesn't happen again, but Kaya will be hoping that it happens exactly the same way it happened then.
Definitely, Diego. And we do have kickoff already. Again, this is Valenzuela PB Mendiola playing from left to right in their light blue and white jerseys against Kaya FC Iloilo playing from right to left in their iconic black and yellow jersey. And already an opportunity from the get-go. Janjan Melissa took a shot, but Kevin Motagian was up to it already. Danger signs already agad for Kaya.
Yeah, good goalkeeping right away from Motagian. Call to action, not even 1 minute in. It was a good run from Janjan Melissa, who was on track from midfield from that number 8 position, playing a little bit deeper than we're used to seeing him, but he timed his run well. And honestly, I think Janjan Melissa, if he sees that chance back, he would have wanted to get a goal-scoring opportunity out of it, because he had some time and space in the penalty box, but good save nonetheless from Motagian.
Janjan Melissa, of course, a veteran. Parang ever since I've known about PFL, he's always been there with Kaya. You can see the qualities he has as an attacker.
Yeah, Janjan Melisa been given the captain's armband this afternoon. He's one of those captain figures that Kaya have. Again, if Kaya are to improve their form, which hasn't been the best recently, a lot of them will turn to Janjan Melisa for that experience, for that leadership, because he's been in this level of football for so long now.
Menzi, on the left side, bring the ball forward. Finds Del Rosario. Defense from Valenzuela. It's up to it, but it was called an offside.
It's 2 occasions now where Kaya have tried to penetrate Mendiola's right-hand side of their defense. Again, you have Del Rosario, Janjan Melisa down that side. Very dynamic players who can definitely cause problems for that right side of defense for Mendiola. No surprise, Montagian's going to go long, try to beat the pressure instead of playing through it.
Just to add, you also have Jovin Bedic, who scored in the last match against Aguilas. Or too late the hero siya. He scored towards the end of the match na. You have here great footwork from Johan Embida. Gets his team a foul in a dangerous spot as well for a set-piece opportunity.
Johan Embida was also very much an option for our player to watch category because he's their top scorer, has 3 goals, not the most, but in terms of being your team's best goal-scoring chance, Embida is definitely that for Mendiola. And you could see there, he did so well dropping in, and he was having to play 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 offense, and he still managed to win a foul. Good work from the striker, and this is a chance actually for Mendiola to do something. It's going to be Azad Noran to take this. Interested to see if he goes for a shot or if he goes for a cross.
We'll definitely see. It is Zaduran. Will he go direct? No. Intercepted by Malumansoko. Opportunity for Kaya to counter. Great pass from Janjan Melisan to put the ball forward. Finally clears it out of danger, Valenzuela. And no foul given to have a player down there. There you have it, the referee, Samuel Mendoza, halts the game. And it is Embida who is down, got tackled down. But an opportunity there, Diego, for Kaya. They're fast talaga when it comes to counters.
Yeah, and Mendiola have to be careful when they go forward because that leaves space in behind, space that the likes of Bugas and Janjan Melisa will exploit. You could see Janjan Melisa orchestrating that counterattack. Very smart pass in field to Esso. And yeah, it's those transition moments that Mendiola also have to be careful because you have a lot of pacey players from Kaya.
Speaking of pacey players, as we mentioned a while ago, no, our player to watch, Bugas. Paulo Bugas is in the pitch, back again from injury. And we'll see if he'll have an impact for today's match. Intercepted. Ball back again now for Kaya.
Kaya have done well to raise the intensity. Past minute or 2, good counter pressure. So whenever they lose the ball, they're very quick to swarm whoever has it in Mendiola to win it back. They might have another chance here.
Probing Kaya. Passing it around first is expected of them to keep possession of the ball. And this is definitely going to be the story throughout the match. Kaya dominating in terms of possession. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola hoping to hit Kaya on the counter. Ooh, tough challenge there.
Great footwork from Lucas Del Rosario. Taking on Jason Soberano. Cuts inside and his footwork was too tricky for the number 32, the team captain. So he brought down Lucas Del Rosario. Late, obvious foul. Nothing more than a foul. No cards given, but you want to be careful also if you're Mendiola to give away set pieces in this area. Kaya have good set piece takers and they also have tall targets in the box. So this is going to be a first set piece test for the back line of Mendiola. Motagian's going to have to really organize his defense here because just 6 minutes in, a set piece chance already in a dangerous spot for Kaya. Usually the type of scenario that they take advantage of. Let's see what they can do from it here.
Mansoko, Eric Eso, Menzi, these are the prime targets Bugas has to look for in this set piece. An opportunity! Great work from Kevin Motagian. Once again, call to action. Punches the ball out. And this is why this is the player to watch, Diego.
Great goalkeeping from Motagian. Was aggressive to that cross, but he got to it first before any Kaya player, helping his team out once again.
And it is a corner kick, adding pressure. Kaya. You can hear Kevin Motagian really shouting in his back line to stay alert, keep them alert.
It's going to be another set-piece opportunity for Kaya. They're ranking these up now, so Mendiola have to be careful, especially with the sun in their eyes, to deal with this set-piece.
Great curler, meets a Mendiola head. Ooh. No foul given. Bugas still brings it despite the complaints from Valenzuela players. Imbida sends it forward. A chance for a counter, but good interception from Basindanan.
Good tackle from Basindanan, actually, because if he gets that wrong, there is no defender behind him. So he did well to time it well. Basindanan, usually an attacker, usually plays as the right wingers. Gonna be having to do a more defensive role this afternoon as the team's right back in a back four. But if I'm remembering correctly, Basindanan actually really likes playing against Mendiola. Scored a hat-trick when Kaya beat them 8-0 last time in round one. But I think also at that match, he was playing as one of the wingers. So he's going to be a bit further back this time. But I won't be surprised also if he's going to have chances to get forward as a right back, especially combining with Paulo Bugas, who might drift in field, opening up the space for Basindanan down that right-hand side.
That's modern football for you, Diego. Players having different roles, whether it's an attacking position, midfield, or defensive position. And it's good to have a caliber of players who can do both, attacking and defending. An opportunity here, trying to cross that in. Chance here for Valenzuela to cook something up. Great passing. The left-hand side. And it is an offside. The intention was there.
Good idea from Reggie Sulit. Execution was lacking though, but he was testing and probing that run in behind for a while there, because it's a very high line as well from Kaya. If Mendiola can time those runs correctly, they will be in behind as well with a better pass.
Kaya here, right flank, tries to cross it in a dangerous area. Valenzuela has been compact in defense, still goalless here. This is what they have to do throughout the match if they want to stand a chance in getting 1 point or 3 points against a team like Kaya. Be disciplined, make sure to cut the passing lanes. Menzi looks up. Bila naman. To Bugas. Playing it around here, Kaya finally crosses it. Ooh. Nobody there to head it in. He was looking for Menzi, but just couldn't time it right.
Bugas and Basindanan combining down that right-hand side. That's the FEU connection working its magic there. They were able to generate the cross, and it was Bedik who was nearest to it, but there was just too much traffic in the box. And Mendiola, they just need to be careful that they don't become too narrow and open those crossing angles for both Basindanan and Bugas, and on the other side, Lucas Del Rosario and Menzi, who also sent in a cross not too long ago. And that's the thing with Mendiola, they're gonna sit so deep. They need to be careful not to allow those wide players and those back players of Kaya too much time on the ball, because those are still quality players on the ball.
Foul given here, favor of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Mendiola have done well to keep it scoreless after 12 minutes. Again, at many points in the season, especially playing against the maybe top 6 teams, at this point, they may have already conceded or been down by 2. So it's an improvement on that end that they're not leaking as many early goals anymore. But can they then build off that so that they can finally increase their points tally?
Definitely in Valenzuela PB, a bit of uncertainty with the defense of Kaya. A bit shaky there in the back, but they somehow managed to clear the danger. And that's been Kaya for the past couple of days. They've been a bit shaky at times. They switch off in random moments of the match, and that's probably the reason why the results hasn't been going their way. Here you have the right flank, crosses it in again. Great defensive work from Valenzuela.
It was Menzi with that error not too long ago on the other side, and it nearly fell very kindly to Reggie Sulet, who had a player in the box but couldn't find him. It's those errors that Mendiola will hope happen more often and that Kaya need to get rid of.
Very low block from Valenzuela. Here they are on the counter, asking for the pass through. Aning Alan didn't give it though. A misplaced pass. Sayang yan for Valenzuela. Build on the attack. Bugas looks up, crosses it in. Alert keeping from Kevin Mutagyan. Another opportunity there for Kaya. Warning signs on the defensive part of the pitch for Valenzuela. Crosses it in, another clearance. Corner kick for Kaya.
Motagyan is furious at its defense because that's 2 occasions where they were able to work across. The first time around, he was able to gather it with good hands, and Bedic was lurking. The second time around, it's Lucas Del Rosario who's also causing problems for this Mendiola team down that left-hand side. So Kaya are enjoying some territory down the wings, and it's those flanks, it's those players with their pacey dribbling that are causing problems for Mendiola.
Great slide tackle to break the counter from Kaya. Play has been stopped. For Basindan-san, but he's okay, I think.
Basindanan has played as right back multiple times this season. It's a bit of a position change from his usual front 3 role, but he's gonna have chances to get forward. Basindanan then has to be careful that when he does go forward, that he also gets back as quick.
Opportunity. Bugas! Oh, hits the woodwork. Oh, no. What an opportunity for Kaya FC. I think it was Jovin Bedic who got the touch and the shot. You can see Bugas pushing the ball forward. Bedic was all alone, actually. The keeper missed the shot entirely.
Bedic is absolutely clueless as to how he missed. That's usually the type of chance he converts so easily. Mendiola are really lucky that it's still scoreless.
Ball up in the air. Oh, Bugas looks up and takes it straight at the keeper.
Well, Motagian, by far the more busy of the two goalkeepers. Dato, I'm not even sure has touched the ball this far into the match, but so far Motagian is holding firm, and he's gonna need to for this match if Mendiola are gonna get anything. He's been tested so many times already. Mendiola's defense are gonna have to help him out. They probably want him less involved in the match because it means they'll be conceding less chances, but he is really involved at the moment. A lot of warning signs for Mendiola because it's Kaya pressure and it's beginning to pile 17 minutes into this one.
You can see in the comment section here via YouTube how Kevin Montiagan has been outstanding between the sticks. But can he maintain this performance throughout the match? It's been Kaya, his first 17 minutes of the match. He's been attacking so much. Reggie Sulit and Menzi.
Bit of a position change for Kaya. Bugas now closer to the left-hand side than Melisa. Now playing a little bit with a free roll. It's allowing Basindanan just to fly up that right-hand side.
Bugas tried to thread the needle, looking for Medic once again. Kaya recycling the play. Goes direct. Very ambitious from Tayo Toyoda.
And Mendiola's biggest problem at the moment is the fact that because they're so deep, whenever they do get the ball, they don't have anyone up the pitch to aim and go direct to because everyone's sitting in and around their defensive third. So it's allowing Kaya just to trap them with their counter pressure. They swarm whichever Mendiola player has the ball, so they win it back up the pitch. This cooling break, which is very much needed, by the way, chance for Mendiola's coaching staff just to re-establish their game plan and push their team up the pitch. For Kaya, I'd imagine the instructions from the coaching staff is we want a little bit more of the same, but with a little bit more cutting edge, because they're creating the chances. Now it's about taking them. And a lot of that has come down to their wing play from both Lucas Del Rosario, Bugas, Melisa, Basindanan, and Menzi. And if it continues at this rate, it's only going to be a matter of time before they create a goal-scoring opportunity. So Mendiola need to be careful.
It is Kaya. I've seen this first half dominating as expected. Pero anytime pa din, this is a match of football. Valenzuela can flip the switch. One misplaced pass from Kaya can definitely, Valenzuela can definitely pounce and take advantage in those types of situations. Again, do have our cooling break here. Just looking at the people here at the stands, init na init din yung mga tao dito. What more down the pitch? And again, Kaya, they are currently sitting 4th in the league standings, while Valenzuela, PB, Mendiola, currently it's 2nd to the last.
Kaya, they are 4th, so they are safe in the top 6 for the next round, but they're quite a way adrift of that title race, which they feel they should have always been in this season. Not only that, their spot in international football is also at risk because you have the legs of Manila Digger and Wantigig so dominant this season. Kaya, this 2026, they went on a 4-game winless run against direct rivals, and that's really cost them those points at the top of the table. They would be 2nd in the lead if you only look at the second half, so they are a better team in the second half compared to the first half. They also, really surprisingly, they have the smallest squad in the whole league with 22 active players. That's less than everyone else in the PFL, so they need to be smart about how they manage their minutes. Nonetheless, you can see the amount of quality on the pitch for Kaya, and you still feel that they should have better performances, and there is still a third round for them to do that.
And this is their opportunity to bounce back. They did lose against Aguilas. 2-1 defeat last match a week back. Want to get that 3 points, Kaya.
Against Army as well the week before, they beat them 4-0, but again, when they played in the round 1, it was 12-0, so it wasn't the same level of dominance in the beginning of the season. So Kaya, they started the season really well actually, but in 2026 it's not been the same level.
Would you think it's the number of players, the lack of players that they have that made this performance this way?
I think you also have to give credit at the same time to Manila Digger and Wantegig, who have been so incredible so far this season. But really, it's those big game performances Kaya will rue, because they had the players for those matches. It just wasn't the performance. Some handball shouts there, but didn't really see anything.
Whoa, foot race. Ooh. Great cover from Audi Menzi to pass it back to his keeper to recycle the play. You could see as a Noran hounding him.
Yeah, that's the problem for Mendiola when they're trying to start attacks. They're so deep that they're having to run incredibly long distances just to enter their opposition's half, and it's just allowing Kaya to have so much territory in the final third.
Definitely takes a lot of energy to go all the way up, play on the counter for Valenzuela. You can see it here. Bida Johan trying to get that run from the throw-in.
Yeah, and you look at Mbida now, you can see how isolated he is. He's not even on screen at the moment. And that's how tired you get from making those lung-busting sprints forward. Because you're sitting so deep, you need to make sure that Mbida isn't as isolated as he currently is, because Mbida, as any striker will tell you, if he has to play 3-on-1 against the back line of the other team, he's going to have a really tough afternoon.
I tried to play it quick. The referee, Samuel Mendoza, asked them to retake it.
I think Nico Arañas was just too close to the play when the game started, so he has to stay a little bit farther out. It's going to be a direct set piece this time around, it looks like.
Whips it in. Here's it out of danger. All up in the air. Composed back line from Kaya, with Audi Menzi on the ball. And it looks like he's been playing in that left back position. You can see how high Kaya players are. In other words, they're going all out attack.
Yeah, Menzi getting forward from his left back role. Don't think it helps that he's right-footed, so the crossing angles aren't necessarily there as a right-footed left back. But I'm just looking at their bench. They actually don't have an option for any left-footed left back. Marco Casambra is in the not playing squad, so someone is going to have to fill in. And it's been given to Audi Menzi, who can play that position. He has played that position even for the national team. Still has the quality to fill out that role, but yeah, you can just see, because of how deep Mendiola are sitting, even both fullbacks are being asked to push on. And I think it's only a matter of time really before either one of the center backs also tries to venture forward, and Bida just fell over there. But again, here come Kaya.
You have Janjan Melizan. Tried to control that ball. Moving forward here, the right side. Ugas. Looking for an open man. Opts to pass it back to his midfield.
Incredible, the formation of Mendiola at the moment. 5-5, it looks like at times. So incredibly deep. They are remaining compact, which is something they haven't done much of, especially in the earlier parts of the season, but it's the getting forward that is the next question.
Speaking of getting forward, they are already here. Ooh, trying to thread the needle. Wangeles just couldn't find it. But Diego, you do have to give props to Valenzuela. It is still 0-0. Earlier in the season, when Valenzuela plays with big teams such as Wantagig, Kaya, the gap's pretty wide. But now, with their revamped team, with the new players that they have, they're tightening that gap. They're conceding less goals. They're taking more chances. Very good signs for Valenzuela. But you do have down players here.
You have two players down, and I'm just looking at their bench at the moment. One of those players down for Mendiola is their goalkeeper, Motagian. They actually don't have a goalkeeper on the bench. So if Motagian gets injured, it's going to have to be another one of those scenarios where an outfield player plays in goal, which is not going to be ideal. Their other goalkeeper, Ali, is not in the playing squad this afternoon. So if Motagian gets injured, this will be a very big problem. He is still down. The other player that was down was Mbida, but he's back up on his feet. It's Motagian who needs treatment. Again, this could be a bit of a nightmare situation if you don't have a goalkeeper in your squad on the bench, and your starting goalkeeper, who has been good as well so far, needs to come off. That would cause a lot of problems.
Head coach Jake Guanco and the whole Valenzuela squad praying that Kevin Motagian gets back up. Very crucial player.
And he's not listed as their team captain. Sorry to cut you off, Vinny, but he's not listed as their team captain. But when the match started, he was actually the one that went to the center. So I believe he is also their team captain, which would make it an even bigger loss if you run out of goalkeepers. You also run out of your starting captain. He's still down, which is not promising to see at the moment.
It seems like it's his knee that's being treated. But I think he's back up, Diego. So, nakahinga ang mga taga Valenzuela that he's up and running.
And they're going to need him fully fit for the rest of this match at least, with no goalkeeper on the bench.
And we resume play here. It is still 0-0 at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Valenzuela PB Mendiola against Kaya FC. Ball up in the air. Again, this is the first match of the triple header. We do have more matches later on. Manila Digger versus Maharlika at 7 p.m. And Stallion versus Dynamic Herb Cebu at 5 p.m. You can check out our Facebook and YouTube pages. Watch those games. Very exciting matches as well. A lot of implications in the league standings on how those matches will be. Goal kick here for Kaya FC.
Yeah, other than that near mistake from Menzi, Valenzuela PB Mendiola just haven't had much joy going forward. And they're having to do more defending here. It's Lucas Del Rosario once again terrorizing that right-hand side of Mendiola.
He's been a threat, Del Rosario. Just looking for someone to pass to. Try it naman sa kabila. Chance here, Bedic. Ball scrambling there in the dangerous area. Valenzuela finds Mbida. Great defensive work from Tayo Toyoda.
Toyoda and Malaman Soko have done well to make sure that one of them is always glued to Mbida, because once Mbida does start running, he's a really, really rapid player. You don't want to allow him to start sprinting full pace, because that would cause some problems. At the moment, though, they'll be happy that they're forcing him backwards, having to do more defensive work than attacking.
All the players for Valenzuela back in defense. Unting-unting malapit ang Kaya score a goal. The onslaught and waves of attacking plays that they have. Another corner kick. Jan Melizan, a captain, taking this one. Whips it in. Good cross. Just off target.
It's going to be another cooling break, it looks like. 32 minutes in. But again, set pieces also proving to be a little bit threatening for Kaya. Again, in open play, Mendiola are so deep, so you won't be surprised also if a set piece is the avenue that Kaya choose to try and break the deadlock. Again, they have tall players in and around that attacking set piece opportunities. Mendiola need to be careful not to give away too much set pieces, otherwise they could get punished by the likes of Malaman Soko, Toyoda, Bedik, and Eso, who was on the end of that last one. But credit to Mendiola, they keep a clean sheet into the second water break, 32 minutes in. Again, at this point, when these two teams last met, it was already a hefty scoreline. So if you're going to compare it to your previous encounter with this team, it's an improvement and silver lining on that front from Mendiola. And again, similar to how they played against Stallion and Wantegig, they kept it very tight. Against Wantegig, it took a last-minute penalty, and against Stallion, it took a really long time before Stallion went up 2-0. And even then, that match was very tightly fought.
Valenzuela did score then as well, right?
They did score, so they're proving to be a tougher team to play against if you're one of those teams at the top of the table.
But with that, Diego, you think head coach Jake Wanko, would you say it's going to their game plan, sitting deep, trying to not concede and then just hit Kaya on the counter?
I think it's definitely part of their game plan, but he doesn't look that happy at the same time. So I think he wants a little bit more in terms of going forward. Probably wants his striker in Embiid to be a bit more involved with the rest of his teammates, because at times there's no one near him really. And that's why he's so isolated whenever they try to launch counterattacks. I'm going to be interested to see what they do against the other teams in and around them in the third round, because sitting deep, it's a little bit more acceptable when you're playing against the top teams. But in those games against Tuloy, Army, Don Bosco, their next game actually is against Army, so that's a chance for them to get 3 points. Will they still keep that defensive mentality, or in those games, can they maybe be a bit more dominant and expressive? I'm interested to see how they venture into their next match against Army and also the third round of the PFL.
Looking forward to that match, but they do have to focus at the match at hand. Valenzuela, as of now, still no attacking threat yet. Patrick Dato, Kai's end, still not called into action. Maybe a chance here to keep a little bit of possession. Valenzuela with this throw in. And if you're head coach Yu Hoshide, Diego, would you still keep the game plan, still push forward with your wings, get some crosses in, and eventually get a goal?
I think there's no reason to change the game plan just yet. Again, they already hit the post, so a few inches off being 1-0 up already. So it's a game plan that has created the chances. It's up to the players now to finish the chances that are being created, but they do have options on the bench if the state of the game remains the same into the second half. At the moment, though, they are creating the chances. Now it's just about being clinical with them.
You have Del Rosario, who's been very active to the left side of the pitch, supplying those crosses in. There's still no goal in this first half.
Credit also to Jason Soberano, who's the right back, having to defend Lucas Del Rosario. So this match started off with Del Rosario beating him one-on-one and winning a foul, but Since then, Soberano has been a little bit more solid in terms of his one-on-one defending. It's a big reason why it's still 0-0. Can they maintain it though for another long spell of this match?
That is the real question, Diego. If Valenzuela can keep that clean sheet, and as it stands, they are doing well.
I think the longer this game goes on at 0-0, the happier Mendiola will get. Because, again, it already happened once in this match, but a mistake at the back for Kaya could lead to something, and Mendiola might just be gambling on one or two of those mistakes happening more often as this match goes on, as the anxiety starts to rise from Kaya. And look what we have here. We actually have a set piece, so it was good work from Mbita against Pathy Malaman Soko to win a free kick. Hasn't had much joy, Mbita, but was well there, and now it's a chance for Mendiola to go the other way to test Patrick Dato, who's still untested, really. Let's see what they can do here.
These are the chances that Mendiola doesn't have as much. Very important free kick here. If they want to get a goal, Valenzuela Mendiola. Overcooks it. He'll be disappointed with that one. You did see Yon Imbida running for that. The free kick was just overpowered. Fortunate for the men in blue.
There's a chance to take advantage there of the fact that the sun is shining on Dato's face. He was covering his eyes for a good while there. Just looking at Mendiola's attacking output this season, they've scored 9 goals in the league, which is actually the least among any team in the PFL. So Army, Don Bosco, Tuloy have scored more than them. It's definitely their area of improvement if they want to increase their points tally. Because being defensively solid is one thing, but can you be threatening at the same time with your counterattacks?
It's goals that wins you games. That's what both teams are trying to do at the moment.
Switch of wingers as well now for Kaya Bugas. Now on the left, switching with Del Rosario now on the right. Just asking different questions of the defense of Mendiola. Switching things up, trying to remain unpredictable. Because at the moment, Mendiola have been resolute, barring that chance for Bedic, which hits the post.
Passing it around, Kaya still with possession. Wouldn't be surprised if in the stats, Kaya has probably 70, 60, 70, 6-7% of possession. Ooh, Bugas was about to head that in, just went over his head. Unfortunate. That was an opportunity to get the lead.
Yep, Bugas, probably not the type of player you want on the end of a crossing opportunity. But it was a very dangerous cross from Lucas Del Rosario nonetheless to his opposite winger, and another threatening moment for Mendiola. They need to be careful not to allow too much crossing opportunities, which have created the best chances for Kaya in this match.
And onti na lang for Valenzuela. Just 5 more minutes before the half ends. Would it be ideal to concede this moment of time? Ooh, misplaced pass, an opportunity forward. Valenzuela looking for an option. Oh, just held the ball too long. And a foul has been given. A golden opportunity for the strikers to make something out of that attack. Very frustrating for Valenzuela.
Yeah, it was Ani Ngalan, 2-time NCAA MVP for San Beda. Had a chance to find Mbida but couldn't take the shot at the same time. Either you play the pass or you take the shot. In the end, it was in between both, so he did neither. Promising moment there for Mendiola that they couldn't take advantage of.
Bit of indecisiveness. With this indecisiveness, it allowed the Kaya defenders to get back into the position. Sayang yun for Valenzuela. Great work there to keep the ball Soberano. We're getting a bit heated here towards the end of the first half.
Well, it would be a really good halftime score for Mendiola if it's scoreless into the halftime interval. It would be a frustrating scoreline if you're Kaya. You've created chances, you've hit the post, you've had set pieces as well. Those attackers of Kaya probably will feel that they did enough to make it 1-0, but it's still scoreless at the moment.
Okay, with possession. Trying to keep that in, Reggie Sulit. Reggie Sulit, a very important player as well for Valenzuela up front. Very fast player as well. Great find from Janjan Milisan. Out for a throw in. Kaya trying to break the deadlock. Right side. A lot of bodies. The box for Kaya. Just couldn't get across in that one. Kaya recycling the play. Passes it back to Maluman Soko. Janjan, the captain. Great find to Menzi. And to get through. Too much for him to handle. You could see how frustrated the Kaya players are. There's just as of the moment, an impenetrable wall for Valenzuela.
Yeah, they've been very, very, very frustrated by that Mendiola defense. But credit to that Mendiola defense in the first place for being so switched on compared to their results in the earlier parts of the season where they were leaking goals at this point. Kaya, it's about raising the tempo and intensity to create better chances. Wouldn't be surprised if it stays this way. I wouldn't be surprised if those options on the bench for Kaya are used. There's no Ott this afternoon. He is in the not playing squad, sitting beside us actually in the grandstand. But Komaki is on the bench, as is Mirbach. They might need a little bit of impetus from those players.
Foot race here, Bugas. Great slide tackle from Young Min Park.
Pathy Malumansoko is shouting for the quick throw in, and he is furious at his attackers for slowing the game down once more. It's clear that, actually Dato is saying the same thing, it's clear that they want the tempo higher up. They want the game to be sped up more. Because if you slow the game down, it suits Mendiola because they can get in those defensive shape.
Onimbida and Maluman Soko. Great battle for both teams. You could really see them all the time trying to get the ball. And it is confirmed we do have additional
There will be a minimum of
4
minutes
minutes
of additional
for
time.
extra time. Kayas, they're very eager to get their first goal into this match. Menzi crosses it in, but it was deflected. Ball up in the air. Medic crosses it in. Finds a defender for Valenzuela. Shot taken, but hits the crossbar. Oh my goodness, Kaya. Pressure still on. Di pa din nagtatapos ang attack until the referee blows his whistle. We see bodies, a lot of bodies being sacrificed from Valenzuela's side. And you could take a look at the replay here. You see the shot just in a bit as the ball was bouncing around.
It looked like a great save from Otagian. Melissa did so well to generate this shot from this angle, and I think it's a really good save. It is a really good save from Otagian. reflexes, pushing it onto the bar. So Kaya hit the bar for the second time in this match, or hit the woodwork rather. So they've come very close twice, but this time around it was a very good save from Motagian. Crucial time as well to make that save because it was nearly 1-0 right before halftime, and that would have changed the halftime complexion. But credit to the goalkeeper of Mendiola who's kept it scoreless at this point.
At this point, Motagian can save the Titanic. Great cat-like reflexes from the Valenzuela goalkeeper. And he has to keep up this performance going to the second half if he wants to keep his team in this match. Reggie Sulit takes it on the volley. Very difficult technique to do. Overpowers it, but great opportunity for Valenzuela to take the lead at the ending moments of this match. If he could just put that ball down, get it on target, would have been favorable for his team.
Johan Embiid, the turn provider this time around. Great chip pass to Reggie Sulit, who couldn't control it in the half volley.
Ooh. Great footwork from Bugas. Too much for him to handle. Imbida. Opportunity here. A bit of a foot race against Maluman Soko. Will he cross it in? Ooh. Great slide tackle from the center back of Kaya on the break. Very crucial tackle.
Well, in 2 minutes, Embida has had two very good attacking contributions. First, making the chance for Reggie Sulit, and this time, challenging Maluman Soko for pace. Wins the corner kick as a result, and it would be a very good time to take advantage of a corner kick, but Johan Embida has been isolated most of this match, but you can see when he's involved in play, he can make an impact and influence this match going forward.
Game's not over yet. Right at the brink of first half. Fast play here for Valenzuela. A chance on the counter. End-to-end stuff here. Janjan Melisan moving forward. Passes it to his winger. Looking for players in the middle. Can't find any options. A misplaced pass there. They weren't on the same wavelengths. Melisan and Eso.
Yeah, the pass from Janjan Melisa to Eso in the first place was a little bit too heavy, so Eso couldn't run onto it. Had to adjust his feet a little bit. Couldn't hit it first time with the shot. And then you can just see as Mendiola started flooding back in numbers, time and time was running out for Kai to take a shot. In the end, no shot was taken. Tagian remains untested there. And that will probably be the last chance of this first half. Been very end-to-end stuff, especially in the last 5 minutes, but somehow it's still scoreless, and Mendiola will like that. Kaya won't in the second half. Mendiola will be hoping for more of the same, while Kaya, it's up to them really to change the complexion of this match.
Game's suddenly burst wide open just before this first half ends. That's good for football fans to see a bit of action. Players down there to get the head in. The ball. And there you have it. First half. It is still 0-0. See it on your screen, folks. Kevin Motagian, very crucial player between the sticks for Valenzuela. You could see a very frustrated KFC Iloilo side. Still goalless. So with that said, again, this is Valenzuela PB Mendiola 0. KFC Iloilo 0 at halftime. We'll be back.
Mendiola FC 0 and Kaya FC Iloilo 0. We thank you all for coming today, and we encourage you to visit the official Facebook, Instagram, and X pages of the Philippines Football League with the handle at WeArePFL for more details on the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026 season. We are PFL.
And we are back here in the Rizal Memorial Stadium for more football action. Again, my name is Vinny Vincolado. And joining me for commentary is Diego Cordero. It is Valenzuela PB Mendiola, stalemate with Kaya FC Iloilo. And Diego, it's been a dominant display of possession for Kaya in the first half and a couple of few chances for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. But going into the second half, if you're Kaya FC, will the game plan still be the same? Will you put in some substitutions if you're head coach Yu Hoshide?
I think the game plan has worked for the most part. They have created chances. They just couldn't finish them. They hit the woodwork twice. Here was the first one from Bedik earlier on in this match. That should have made it 1-0 already, but they couldn't convert there. And then towards the end of the first half, they hit the woodwork again. This time it was a save from Motagian from that Janjan Melisa shot. So they've created enough to be ahead. They just haven't converted. So for me, if you're Kaya, the game plan will stay the same. Although I will imagine also that Coach Yoshida and his coaching staff will ask for a higher tempo. They'll ask for more intensity. They'll ask for a little bit more clinical, killer nature in the final third. Meanwhile, if you're Mendiola, I would imagine that the coaches are telling them that they want more of the same. They did venture forward. They just haven't tested Dato just yet. Here was their biggest chance. It was Reggie Sulit with that half volley that was nowhere near on target, but it was a promising chance nonetheless. So for Mendiola, I'd imagine that they're going to aim to make that second half very similar to how that first half went. For Kaya, it's up to them to change the way this game is currently going.
That said, we do have our stats here for both Valenzuela PB Mendiola and Kaya FC. As mentioned, Kaya FC has been dominant in the first half, and it shows in the possession. They have 65% against the 35% of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and all around, it's in favor of Kaya FC. They have 10 shots, 6 of them on target, and a couple of corners as well. While on Valenzuela PB Mendiola, they're trying to survive the onslaught of attacks naman of Kaya. They've been really good in terms of defense. They've been compact. They've been stable, especially with the help of Kevin Motagian between the sticks. So it's definitely going to be interesting on how the second half will pan out for both teams, if they're going to change plans, if Valenzuela PB Mendiola will be more assertive or more exploratory in terms of the attacking part in their lineup.
If you're Kaya, one good omen that you could have is that they score more goals in the second half. They actually, if you would look at the league table and only look at second half performances, Kaya would actually be second in the league. So they perform better in the second half compared to the first half. There's going to be a substitution here. I'm not too sure for who. Actually, I see now Shuto Komaki is going to check in for Kaya. No surprise. Very electric attacker. You'd imagine a lot of chances will come his way. And he's going to come on for Paulo Bugas, who's just back from injury. No surprise that he hasn't finished this game. But there you have it. First roll of the dice from Coach Yoshida. And it's to bring on one of the league's most electric attackers in Shuto Komaki.
So a bit of a mix-up here. A bit of a shuffle for head coach Yu Hoshide getting on Shuto Komaki. So we'll definitely see if this will have an impact on the game.
We're approaching the second half now. I wouldn't be surprised also if Mendiola try a little bit more going forward, because there were just a few moments in that first half that encouraged them to try to be a bit more attacking, especially towards the end. Mbida and Reggie Sulit, as well as Anir Angalan, having chances to go forward.
Player number 39, Paulo Bugas, replaced by player number 14, Shuto Komaki.
Wouldn't be surprised also to see more subs as the second half goes on, as we can see the heat also probably taking its toll on the players. Same time, you have the third round that is coming up very shortly. Very congested schedule means that you want all of your fit players rested and not overplayed. Wouldn't be surprised to see subs as well on both ends. Early foul here to stop the game in the second half, but the flow of this match really has had this tempo, stop-start, a lot of fouls.
You can see here that foul from Jan Milizan. And this is Patrick Dato. Still not having any touches of the ball. Ooh. The referee, Manuel Mendoza, taking a look at that. And it seems like it's a corner kick for Kaya FC. You have it here. Shuto Komaki. First involvement. Crosses it in. Great defensive work from Valenzuela.
But Shuto Komaki is naturally a set piece taker, and I'd imagine a part of his instructions was to try and take advantage of the huge amount of set pieces that Kaya have had in this match.
Set piece here for Kaya FC. Great play here, straight at the keeper. Kevin Matagyan called into action. First moments in the second half.
Well, in 2 minutes in the second half, Shuto Komaki has had 2 good attacking involvements. His change of direction is so fast and it's so hard to defend against. When he gets accelerating, very, very hard to slow him down and to track him as well because of his agility. So it's going to be another problem for Jay Sean Soberano. And Lucas Del Rosario has himself moved to the right wing as well.
Sindanan with the ball. Great defensive work from Valenzuela yet again, still staying compact. Still in the deadlock here. Both teams. Great passing here from Kaya. Menzi fakes it, tries to cross it. Being hounded by the defense of Mendiola. Finally, lays it off. Still on the left side, Kaya. Will they switch it? Yes, they do. Kabilang side naman. Men in black and yellow. Just looking for an opening. But as it stands, being forced to pass it back. And this is very frustrating, especially for a side like Kaya. And it's very positive naman sa koponan, Valenzuela. We're keeping this really, really low block. All the passing lanes are closed. Just trying to thread the needle there. Finally switches it over. Great find. Shuto. Passes it back. Takes it. Deflected off a defender. And a chance here on the counter. It's just Yon Embida up front. Nobody to pass it to though. This is what Diego and I were mentioning earlier. He'll need some support because he's currently isolated. No support. There you have it. He gives away possession. But gets it back actually. Valenzuela Mendiola trying to make something out of this attack. Lingaran. Right now, regains possession of the ball. Great through ball from the captain. Takes it. Ooh, great inside foot there from Shuto Komaki. But unfortunately, it was called offside by the referee. But you can see how much this substitution has impacted the game. Janjan Milisan and Shuto Komaki connecting in that attacking play.
Yeah, Shuto Komaki, very, very dangerous so far in this opening 6 minutes. He's the type of player, like I'd like to call him a magnet, because when he gets the ball, he attracts the attention of 3 or 4 Mendiola players, which is useful because it opens up space for the other Kaya players for Shuto to find. At the same time, Shuto Komaki is confident enough in himself with his ability to take on those numbers lying in that low block. So that's why Shuto Komaki, he adds another dimension to this Kaya team, and he's definitely dangerous going forward.
You have here Del Rosario, a lot of space, crosses it in. Great defensive work there from Hugo Facu.
Great headed clearance out there. Lucas Del Rosario had a lot of time and space, probably more than he should have if you're the defense of Mendiola. So he generated a good enough cross into a dangerous corridor. Bedic was bundling himself in, but still holding firm are Mendiola. Another set piece though.
Whips it in, and it is a goal! Finally, Kaya breaks the deadlock. Maluman Soko dumps it in. 1-0. Kaya take the lead at the 52nd minute of the second half.
Yeah, and with how deep that Mendiola were sitting, it's actually a set piece rather than an open play that breaks the deadlock. Great delivery, and Maluman Soko is such an aerially strong player for Melissa to aim at. Motagyan came and didn't get there, which isn't the type of reflexes he's shown so far in this match. But Maluman Soko is not going to miss from there. Open net because there was no goalkeeper. And there you have it. It was a set piece, not an open play. But Kaya will take it.
Unfortunate for Kevin Matagan. He misjudges it actually, trying to punch it out. But it was Maluman Soko. Got his head and his body in first. That's why it was an open goal.
And you know Mendiola had enough warnings that they didn't heed. Stop giving away numerous amounts of set pieces to this Kaya team because they came close in the first half. And they've done it in the second half.
Sobrang sayang for Valenzuela. They were doing well defensively. But it was just too much for them to handle.
The problem now for Mendiola is you have to change your game plan, because if you keep this game plan, you're just going to allow Kaya to do more and more of what they want to do, which is dominate territory and possession. You have to chase the game now if you're Mendiola because of the scoreline. In the end, it's actually going to be still Kaya with possession. This will suit Kaya because now, if Mendiola still sit deep, they will control this match. And if Mendiola then try to venture more forward, that will leave space for Kaya to exploit.
You can see how high up the pitch Kaya players are whenever they attack. But having a goal already, very favorable for head coach Yu Hoshide at his side.
And no surprise, just 9 minutes in, the trend continues that Kaya are usually a better team in the second half. And I mentioned it during halftime, but if you looked at the league table, only at the second half they'd be in the title race, which is not where they're currently at. So it's that first half slow starts which have hurt Kaya, especially in 2026. 12 wins, 2 draws, but 5 losses, which have come to their cost in terms of the title race and ACL2 race. Here they come again though.
Jajan Melizan threads it through Bedic. Passes it back to him, takes it. Ooh, great save from the keeper. Kevin Motagian called into action once more. But it was a great link-up play between Melizan and Jovin Bedic. A bit of 1-2.
And the moment this drops to Melisa, you would think that it's going to be 2-0. It's the type of position Melisa usually scores from. Good save once again from Motagian. It's going to be another set piece though from an identical scenario where Malaman Soko scored the first goal.
Whips it in. Janjan Melisa overpowers it though. Kaya still has possession. Soko actually. Bit of footwork from the defender.
Whoa.
Great to see. Will he get the cross in though? He does actually. And it is finally out. But another corner kick from the other side naman. Kaya.
Well, where did that come from? Malaman Soko with tricky feet as the center back. Like a winger there. It was a good cross actually. It actually looked like they were surprised he was able to get the cross in, but another one's going to come here. It's Komaki with another corner.
But before corner is set in play, you do see the referee here calming things down a bit. Oh, and the yellow card actually has been shown. Not quite sure to who. We'll confirm it just in a bit. But I did see Malaman Soko in the fray of things. But you do see the intensity Valenzuela has set with their man-to-man defense, having conceded a goal already from a corner set piece such as this. Shuto, Komaki delivers it in. Ooh.
Penalty.
A penalty. We'll have to take a look at the replay with that. A lot of things happening. You do see two players down here.
Well, it was the same combination that was tussling because of that yellow card. Aningalan grabs, or actually kicks Malaman Soko in the shin. That's a clear penalty, clear as day. Malaman Soko with another good movement. We'll see it again here. Aningalan, it's not quite seen in this angle, but Aningalan clipped him very clearly, no involvement with the ball. It's a clear penalty. He's on a yellow card already. I think he got the yellow card. So it's going to be interesting to see also if he gets punished for this foul right after getting the yellow card for pushing Malaman Soko before the corner kick was even played in the first place. But yeah, Aningalan there didn't help his team. It didn't even look like Malaman Soko was going to get on the end of that cross, but he went down because of that trip.
Was it frustration, Diego?
It might be frustration from that yellow card, but either way, golden opportunity for Kaya.
Opportunity Kaya to double the lead. 12 yards for this penalty spot. You do have Jovin Bedic behind the ball against Kevin Motagian. He's played really well in this match. Will Kaya FC Iloilo double their lead? Everybody, eyes on the ball. Jovin Bedic. Oh no, he misses it. How unlucky. And people are just surprised as we've seen Jovin Bedic score penalties and he just completely misses that one.
Usually so reliable in front of goal. Motagian celebrated after that penalty miss. He went the wrong way, but all Bedic needed to do was get it on target. Incredible. Usually so reliable from those situations.
And it did look a bit laid back, taking that penalty.
Well, that's a lifeline for Mendiola, that they're not 2-0 down.
But here, moving forward, Shota Komaki. Oh,
Well, Aningalan's in trouble here. He's already on a yellow card. And I saw the referee point at his face. One more and he's out of this match. He's lucky that he's still on.
He's very lucky, and you can see the smile on his face. He was saying, "Isa pa, just give me one more chance." And that was a very dangerous tackle as well. But he did get the ball first, but I think it was the studs that were just way up that warranted the foul. You can see them
Isa
talking.
pa. That's what the referee says.
And I just saw his smile.
Oh, he's been given a red card just now. Well, I think it was dissent that ended up getting him sent off.
That is one a weird play. I thought he got away with it. We were just at the loss for words here, and now Valenzuela are playing with 10 men and a goal down.
Well, the two-time San Beda NCAA MVP not giving a good account of himself there, because you were given a lifeline with that penalty being missed.
Just 10. Go ahead, Diego.
And yeah, just a few minutes later, he's off the pitch after already giving away the penalty. Not an ideal second half for Amir Aningalan.
But we do have a substitution here. It is Martini Ray substituted in. Oh, another good player. The attacking side of things for Kaya. With this substitution, it seems like head coach Yu Ushide wants more goals for his team. Free kick here. Menzi, opportunity. But Kevin was there to save it. Fast feet and reflexes to go out of his goal. Peter Johan and Janjan Melisa. An altercation there. Foul given in favor of Valenzuela. Things are getting heated up.
Things are heating up, and yeah, a lot going on in the last 5 minutes, but a lot going on also in Cebu. It's 1-1 between Cebu and Stallion at the moment. That's also a match that you need to keep an eye on if you're watching both the title race and the top 6 race. But back to this match, Mendiola need to adjust their game plan because they're playing with a man less now. So there's going to be more space now for Kaya to exploit, the likes of Komaki, Ray.
Opportunity for Shuto Komaki to move forward. The left side, great pass. Looking for Ray. Ray crosses it in. While Joven Bedic heads it just off target. Too much power from that cross. Another glaring opportunity. Joven Bedic trying to make amends from the missed penalty earlier.
Kaya have so many attacking players on the pitch now. Komaki, Ray, Angeles, Bedic, Melisa. And you also have to be careful if you're Mendiola, because the player that was sent off was Aningalan, so he's on the pitch listed as a defender. You're playing with a defender less against all these good attackers from Kaya.
Great find from Melisa. Left side here, Ray gets it in, and it is a goal. What a play there for Kaya FC. And an impact substitution from head coach Yu Ushide. It is Ray Martini who gets that second goal for Kaya.
It was a goal born out of 2 substitutions. Shuto Komaki with the assist to Martini Ray. This is why I call Martini Ray, or rather, this is why I call Komaki a magnet. He gets the ball, attracts the attention of 2 defenders, which leaves Martini Ray free on the edge of the penalty box. Great finish into the far corner. No chance for Motagian, who's been so good in this match, but you can just see Komaki attract so much attention that Mendiola forget to mark the likes of Martini Ray, who is gonna take that invitation with open hands to slot into the far corner. Now at 2-0 up and a man advantage, Kaya are in a prime position to end round 2 on a high note.
Definitely, and they do have that one-man advantage, Kaya FC. And I'm quite surprised Valenzuela hasn't done any changes or substitutions, given that they are a man down. And it was a defender who got a red card. I'm not sure if the head coach of Valenzuela is still planning to make changes. But you could see here how Kaya still wants more goals. An opportunity here. Menzi just misses this shot. Unfortunate.
Well, you can just see they're finding the extra space now from that red card. They're exploiting it. They're taking advantage of their spare man.
You could see Shuto Komaki appealing maybe for a handball. She tried to cross it in. Kaya still not happy with the 2-0 lead. Menzi trying to find Shuto Komaki again. And the game just opened up a bit. A lot of things happening the past 15 minutes. Ever since that red card was given, it's all been Kaya. Ooh. Great move there from Angeles.
Well, their confidence is much higher compared to the first half, and you can just see how incredibly fluid they are when they are confident, this Kaya team. And a lot of that has come down to the introduction of both Shuto Komaki and Martini Ray. And that's the type of privilege you get when you have incredible depth and firepower on the bench. Still have Julius Murbach, who hasn't even come on, as well as Kaishu Yamazaki.
Power substitutions. Had a powerful impact into the second half for Kaya. Janjan Melisa doing his defensive duties. As he should as a captain of this team.
Well, Mendiola were having problems combining in the final third already with 11 men. Now being down to 10, it's going to make it much harder to combine going forward.
And the foul has been given in favor of Kaya. A good spot as well for a set piece opportunity. The right-hand side.
Similar scenario where they scored their first goal from. So you need to be careful if you're Mendiola. You already had the warnings not to concede as much set pieces. And Kaya are going to continue sending up Malaman Soko, Toyoda, Menzi, and Martini Ray, the tall targets up there.
Free kick here. Melisa. A lot of options for him for the cross. Trying to triple the lead. Whips it in. Ooh, oh, hits woodwork. Malaman Soko. Golden opportunity there for him to bag that second goal. How unlucky.
Same combination, Melisa to Malaman Soko. Mendiola haven't heeded the warnings. Malaman Soko so aerially strong that every cross into a dangerous area, it's just going to give him a chance to flick it on. Mendiola are lucky it's not 3.
You can actually see him up top, Malaman Soko. He just might do the same play here. Again, Valenzuela is a man down. Another free kick here actually in favor of Kaya. You can see how Kaya's taking advantage of that red card from Valenzuela.
Yeah, this foul from Victor Felicia, just out of pure frustration. He was never going to get the ball. Basindanan did well to protect it. And they're going to be tested once again with another set piece. And yeah, the prime target, it's obviously going to be Pathi Malaman Soko.
Third time's a charm. Might just do it again. Crosses it in. Ooh, but straight to the hands of the keeper. And see the keeper just opts to play it short, as we haven't seen that much of possession from Valenzuela in terms of the build-up play. They always try to play on the counter, try to play it fast. Great pass to Martini Ray. A better defensive work from Valenzuela. Corner kick. Once more.
Well, this is the last thing you want to see if you're Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It's going to be Julius Merbach checking in for Joven Bedic. 8 goals after being signed this season's mid-transfer window. Merbach, danger man up front, is a prospect for the Philippine men's national team. His first involvement is going to be a water break, but wouldn't be surprised also if he has chances in this match.
KFC in flying colors. The 2-0 lead. You have that one-man advantage. The question, Diego, where did it all go wrong for Valenzuela? They were doing so well in the first half, and a couple of minutes after the the second half rather, it just went all downhill.
I think a lot of them will look to that red card, which was, again, it was from a corner kick. It wasn't even open play where that red card and also the penalty rather happened. You know, that happened in the spell of maybe 3 or 4 minutes spell where they completely capitulated. Well, other than that red card, again, it was also a set piece that came to their undoing. They just haven't been able to deal with Kaya's aerial prowess. It's a shame because that first half performance probably did warrant the scoreless scoreline for Mendiola, and they did have 1 or 2 chances going forward. Not clear-cut chances, but chances to test Dato at least. It's a shame for Mendiola because at that first half point at least, you could see they were keeping that defensive solidity that they showed against Wantagig, that they showed against Stallion. Unfortunately, in the second half, it hasn't been the same. They need to show it again when they play against Army next, and that is a winnable game for Mendiola. And again, Mendiola are a team that still haven't won since September. It's been a very long time since Mendiola have won a match.
And you do have, on that note, you do have a couple of substitutions now for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Just trying to confirm it.
For Valenzuela PB
Ali
Mendiola,
and Perilla will be substituted in for Valenzuela.
player number 17, Donato Zanyeka Obi,
Do
replaced by
expect
player
a
number
couple of
26,
players, especially from
Kalush
Valenzuela's
Ali.
end, to be a bit
And player
more
number
gassed.
3, Reggie Sulik, replaced by player number 4.
Goal line clearance from
Julian
Valenzuela.
Pereira.
Great work there. Could have been 3-0. Fortunately, we don't have VAR here.
Well, again, it's a set piece from Melissa, which is really threatened to add to the scoreline. This time it was Menzi on the end of that one. I'm not too sure who was closest to the goal line, but the assistant referee adamantly saying that it wasn't the goal. But again, could have been 3 so easily there for Kaya.
I think it was Victor Carlos Felicia. Was just there on time to kick that ball out. Great instincts from the defender to clear it. Yon Imbida on the run. Great defensive work again. Toyoda. Maluman Soko has been a great pairing in the back. He made sure they give no space to Johan Imbida.
Well, if there's one thing Kaya would want to match from their 8-0 win against Mendiola, other than the amount of goals they did score, I'd imagine a clean sheet is on their minds now. It's been a while since they've had a clean sheet, if I recall correctly. It's not happened too often in 2026. So they'll definitely want it this afternoon.
See Jan Imbida frustrated, couldn't get that ball down to his feet. There were numbers for them in that attacking third. Kaya. Opportunity for them to slow things down a bit. Do have 2-0 cushion. Take their sweet, sweet time with possession, and honestly, they could just wind down the clock to get the 3 points.
Yeah, Mendiola, you can also see looking very fatigued at this point, not having the same sharpness and energy when you compared it to the first half where they were far more defensively resolute. They're just second best to everything at the moment.
Eliza. Toyoda. Just switching the ball from one side to another. Was Menzi tried to look for Mirbak.
It's been a while since Mirbek has scored a goal also. Already has 8, but that last one came very long ago against Stallion via a penalty. He'll want to raise his confidence before that third round. Could do with a goal for the remainder of this match.
Trying to find the winger there, Valenzuela. Eliza mispasses that one, trying to find his winger, Shoto Komaki, on the other side. The game dying down a bit.
Yeah, you can just see a couple Mendiola players also just stretching their calves. Looks like a little bit of cramp. You can see that they don't have much gas, if any, left in the tank at the same time. A lot of effort was put into that first half clean sheet, but you wonder if they've just run out of a little bit of energy towards the dying moments of this match.
It's definitely draining if you don't have possession of the ball. I mean, Valenzuela, they've probably have like 30% possession the entire match. And it's having a toll on their fitness level. But Kaya, they're just making use of possession.
Yeah, you can just see with a man less, Kaya have been able to find the extra bit of space, the extra pocket that has been left by Aningalan's red card. And yeah, it's been a while, really, since Dato has touched the ball. By far, the more relaxed of the two goalkeepers.
I haven't seen him contact with the ball even. Up to this point, I think there hasn't been any shots at all from Valenzuela.
Lasting stand. Kaya would close the gap on Cebu, but again, where you want to finish this season is the top two. Obviously, the first place gets you the championship and the Shopee Cup and that ACL 2 spot, but as does second place, it gets you the playoff spot. Third place and below won't get you international football, which is not where Kaya want to be because they've been the international representative for the past few years, and they're going to want to keep that slot, but they've lagged a little bit behind in that race. Still a lot of football this season, still have that third round for them to redeem themselves. But they're going to need, really, to improve in those big game performances.
Chance here. Shot taken, but a body was there on the line from Valenzuela's defensive player. Azanduran tried to look for his midfield. Misplaced pass there. Kaya regaining possession. Chance here for the captain. Takes it on. Ooh, great save once more. The goalkeeper of Valenzuela, who's definitely been very busy throughout the match.
Motagian, by far the best performer from Mendiola today. Good chance from Melissa, took it well, cut inside into his favored left foot, but tight angle. So the fact that he went for near post, you'd always favor the goalkeeper there. It's a good save nonetheless though from Motagian. Has pulled out a lot of saves this afternoon. Might need to do more here.
Ooh. Direct shot there from Merbach. But just lacked a bit of power in that. You see an overlapping run here. Valenzuela trying to do something. Play goes on. Yon Imbida takes a shot. Ooh. Just off target. That is what it seems like their first shot on goal in the second half. And they don't get that much chances up front. So that opportunity, they could have done better, way better.
Yeah, Dato still yet to be tested. Was diving to his left, but I think he always knew that that was going out wide. Yeah, they've been limited really, Mendiola, in the second half to just that chance shot from a really long range. I don't think Kaya would mind if that's the only chance or shot so far of Mendiola. It means that they haven't created any real goal-scoring chance.
It's safe to say that Kaya will definitely get these 3 points with this match. But Diego, the question is, can they sustain this performance? And a shot here taken, point blank range. We're back against the keeper, Kevin Motagian. And I'm quite surprised that didn't go in. It was clearly a 1v1 opportunity. Beautiful keeping there from Mendiola.
You're back. You wonder if he's going to get another chance like that, because that was a really good chance. But you could see how much time and space he had. Maybe he had too much and he overthought it a little bit, but it was also a really good save from Motagian from point blank range.
Just passing it around here. Dangerous actually for Mendiola. Coming back. What you said, Diego. Unfortunately, he didn't get his goal. Merbach is definitely looking to score one into this match. It's a substitute.
And the thing is with Merbach as well, and any striker in general, you want them confident. You want them on a goal-scoring run. As I mentioned, it's been a while since he scored. He came into the league on his first game, scored a hat-trick. His next game, scored another hat-trick, but since then, it hasn't been the same amount of free-flowing attacking football. I think other teams also have scouted him more now after his rapid introduction to the league. But again, that was a chance that you would have backed him to take.
A lot of time there. But you can see how high he is right now. Trying to pressure the defense of Valenzuela. You can see here Dato finally having a touch of the ball as well. The game has been just Kaya's momentum all throughout. Never-ending attack. Valenzuela here. Ooh, great movement. Ranas still has the ball, the left flank. And you can see the frustration in his face. Because he's asking for support, but none is given to him.
Yeah, that's been the story of Mendiola's attackers this afternoon. They'd pick up the ball in the halfway line. They'd make that sprint to the other side of the pitch and be absolutely gassed after and still not have as much support as they need. And again, they're down to 10 men, so there's even less support already to begin with. Yeah, very frustrating day for Mendiola's front line. They need to dust this off because they're going to have a favorable match against Philippine Army to close out round 2. But yeah, but this afternoon it hasn't been an ideal day out there for those Mendiola players.
And you do have the substitution
Player number
for
44,
Kaya
Ollie
FC.
Benson, replaced by player
It
number
is
22, Fitz Johnson Davis Arboleda.
Johnson Davis Arboleda substituted in.
And player number
And
25,
Kaishu
Eric Esso,
Yamazaki.
replaced by player number 88, Kaishu Yamazaki.
Eric Esso will call it a day. That midfield role. Ooh, great shot there from the substitute. Danger not over, hits the woodwork, and it is finally in on the rebound. Shuto Komaki scores his goal. And it's safe to say Kaya is getting that 3 points today.
Deserved goal for Komaki. Has really impacted this match after coming on at halftime when it was still 0-0. Incredible stuff from Kaya. Have to feel for Motagian. Pulled out a really good save, but he had no help here. I think this also hits the post off a defender. And yeah, lucky bounce to Komaki, but he's not going to miss from there. Komaki gets his cameo goal off the bench, but it's really been his influence on this match that has changed the direction of this encounter between these two teams. And you can just see the frustration from Motagian. He did all he could after that first save, but still wasn't enough. And it's now 3-0 for Kaya.
Substitutions for Valenzuela,
You have substitutions din naman sa kanilang koponan.
Player number 32,
have
Jay Sean
Johan
Sedano,
Fofana,
replaced by player number 2, Kevin Theodore
Adi,
Semper.
and Kevin.
Player number 77, Amir Mohamed Azadura, replaced by player number 19,
We're all
Johan Fofana.
substituted in. Again, they are the tired legs. Men in light blue Valenzuela. And they are a man down. Kaya FC be getting their 3 points today. They could use this as a springboard. Their upcoming matches to get even better results.
Again, the third round schedule obviously isn't out yet, isn't final yet, obviously, because we're still awaiting the top 6 race. But Kaya will definitely need to have huge performances in that third round if they are to at least retain that international footballing spot. Again, they couldn't beat Aguilas, they couldn't beat Stallion, they couldn't beat Manila Digger, they couldn't beat Taguig in round 2. That's not usually the form you'd associate them with. Misplaced pass there from Ray, just a moment of mishap. But again, Kaya, they need to make sure that in that third round, they give a better account of themselves compared to their second round performances. It's a good start though. Bit of confidence. Comical error there from Aranyas.
But for Mendiola's end naman, another defeat. And again, they are at the bottom of the table, second to the last actually. And it's really unfortunate on how this match turned out to be. They're doing quite well the first half. And a few moments after the second, until that red card happened, just went all downhill from there.
Mendiola showing their youth as well. Third youngest squad in the league after Tuloy and Aguilas. Maybe a bit of moments where they needed a little bit more experience to guide them through, but yeah, it was the second half capitulation that has come to their undoing.
But they, again, as you mentioned a while ago, Diego, they do have that
There
match
will be a
against
minimum of 4
Army,
minutes of
chance for them
additional
to redeem
time.
themselves.
Now, is their only win against Army this season. They'll be hoping to emulate it.
Ooh, fast run there from Maluman Soko. You can see he's eager to score another. Mind you, he is a center back.
Yeah, he opened the scoring as well. It was his goal that started everything from that corner kick. Definitely a good player as well. Good addition to this Kaya team in that transfer window. Played as high as, I believe, the second division in Italy in his past days. He's now with Kaya.
And we do have additional 4 more minutes into this match. Again, this is Vinny Vinculado alongside Diego Cordero commentating this one. We do have an exciting matchup later at 7 p.m. Any thoughts on Maharlika and the Manila Diggers, Diego?
Yeah, that's a match that's gonna have title and top 6 race implications. Maharlika needing a win, Manila Digger wanting a win. It's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be very heated also, for sure.
Would there be implications on the table? Is it a very crucial game for both teams?
Yeah, obviously Maharlika, they need a win, otherwise they're out of the top 6. Even a draw would not be enough, virtually speaking anyway, because of their goal difference scenario. But Manila Digger also need to win because Montaguig are showing a lot of promise, and yeah, Manila Digger win would at least keep the pressure and the chase on before they actually meet on the 29th of April. But yeah, that match later is going to be very exciting. Both teams also will have an eye on the Cebu Stallion game. It's currently halftime at 1-1. So a lot going on in the PFL. Very exciting stuff.
Very exciting stuff indeed. Again, it's the final stretch of the second round. You can really feel the pressure building up for all of the teams. And right now, Kaya just winding down the clock, maybe wanting to score another goal. But it's safe to say this game is almost done and dusted.
Kaya wouldn't been happy with that first half performance, but after that second half, they'll take this result. Again, they haven't had much joy recently, so they'll take any win. But yeah, they really need to make sure that they are ready and primed for that third round schedule where all the teams in the top 6 will play against each other. That's going to be such an exciting prospect for the PFL.
Just a couple more minutes before this half and game comes to an end. And a foul has been given in favor of Valenzuela. Maybe just one last play from this free kick. Long ball here. Ooh, great find there. And maybe a last-ditch effort. Aranas delivers it in. Just couldn't find Skinker. Unlucky. And there you have it. That is a full time, ladies and gentlemen. Kaya FC Iloilo gets the 3 points. And you do see Maluman Soko, who scored that opener for his respective team. What an amazing match here, Diego. You have it here, folks. Maluman Soko scoring the 53rd minute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here Ray in the 65th minute. And Maki in the 87th minute. And it's just overall been a dominant display of power from Kaya.
Yeah, business as usual in the second half for Kaya after a frustrating first half. Komaki at the heart of everything good for Kaya following his halftime substitution. Eventually, they found a way through a set piece through Pati Maluman Soko. But yeah, once they got going, it was very hard to stop them. Kaya showing their might, flexing their muscles. And they take all 3 points into the third round.
There you have it. Kaya FC Iloilo for the win. against Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. So with that said, again, my name is Vinny Vinculado alongside Diego Cordero. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do still have another match for today's triple header. Manila Digger versus Maharlika at 7 p.m. So do stay tuned for that. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
We thank you for your attendance today, and we hope you enjoyed the match. Please stay tuned for the next game. Once again, we encourage you to visit the official Facebook, Instagram, and X pages of the Philippines Football League with the handle @WeArePFL for more details on the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026 season. We are PFL.
Congratulations on the result. What are your thoughts on the game?
Maybe a little bit in the first half, maybe little bit struggle of the play, maybe because of the sun, but not the excuse na kailangan namin. Pero kailangan pa talaga namin siguro i-maximize yung mga finishing namin para makain kami ng goal namin.
What went well and what went right given the result?
The important thing right now is we need to be motivated even the result, pass the result, kahit talo kami, pero kailangan na talaga namin mag-end ng magandang result bago matapos yung season.
Thank you. Do you have any message to the fans?
Sa lahat ng Kaya football fans, sana tuloy pa rin kayong sumuporta sa amin. Hindi lang sa Kaya fans, sana sa Philippine Football League dito, sana suportahan niyo po.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.